Sometimes you just have to cuss God out, and the Bible agrees with me. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So if God exists, and I know the jury is still out on that one, but if God exists and is all-powerful and all-knowing and can do all of these things, and then somebody you love gets cancer and dies, or I don't know, you lose all your friends, or your loved ones move way far away unexpectedly, whatever it is, when your life turns upside down and you think to yourself, why didn't God do something to stop this from happening? You get mad, and that's okay. In fact, I think it's justified. You want to say, God, what the hell? Why didn't you do something about this? You're supposedly all powerful, and apparently this pastor on Sunday said that you actually love me. So if there was somebody that loved me that didn't act to help me when I was in this desperate state, I don't think that would be called love. And then there is this evangelical fundamentalist fear that creeps in. And that is that if you anger God or you do something really bad, a really bad sin, that God is going to smite you in some way, right? That you are going to be punished because you do something horrible. And maybe the punishment is here on earth, or maybe it's eternal conscious punishment and the hell that the evangelicals have made up out of some really light support in the Bible and a lot of Dante's Inferno. But as far as I can tell, you don't have anything to worry about. If God is big and loving and all of those things, then God is big enough and strong enough to handle you getting pissed off and cussing them out, right? That's just the way it goes. And if you are a Christian or Jewish and the Bible is your sacred text, you've got even more support. Because for academic people who study the book of Psalms, it's like a book of prayers, a prayer book in the middle of the Bible. They will tell you that there's an entire category of Psalms called laments, which people are sad and depressed and angry, and then a subset of those called complaints. And complaints are people waving their fists at God and saying God, what the hell? Have you forgotten that I exist? And you can Google them. It's not hard to find, and you can read them if you want. But one of my favorite verses from one of these Psalms is this one. It's Psalm 88. It's somebody that talks about how God has caused all of their friends, all of the people who are close to them, to not be close to them in one way or another. And then it's goes on and on. It's you've rejected me. I have suffered your terrors. And then at the very end, in one of the translations, it says, darkness is my closest companion. Oh my gosh, that psalm is amazing. And it's exactly that. It's somebody yelling and screaming in anger at God. And that's in the Bible. There's a bunch of them. So if you're pissed at God, and let's be clear, you probably have good reason to be, don't hold back. Yell and scream and cuss God out. Hell, get a couple of people to join you in that work. Because if God is big in all of those things, they have to be big enough to be able to handle the rage of one human. And, if relationship with God, like the personal relationship with God that Christians talk about, is really important to God, then God wants you to be open with how you feel. And of course, also, if God knows everything, God knows that you're thinking the things anyway. So go for it. Don't feel bad. Don't be scared. You're going to be fine.